Naka-off ba yun ang camera ko?
Adi na, okay na, okay na.
Hindi yung bakal ko na.
Po. Kay. Yak maaram dito. Kan iday na waram alcohol. Loy, di ba may di Loy pink cup nga ilaw mo yun na akong karoyag. Diri, yaon dida nga dilangga.
Naka-off yata ang camera ko. So, Enjeng. Gipapungko ka ni mama mo. Gipapungko mo sa galit dahil.
Loy. Loy. Loy.
Sila pa masahe sa iya dahil. Ara ganit ko pa ho babad na na ko para kay ni.
Bakit tatlo kami? Ticket 111?
O ibabad na sa puti ko Babad na sa ano. Ganyan igo na kay Ines. Paana pagid.
Loy.
Isa.
Loy.
Kuto pa tanan niya puti. Ibabad na para maano na. Hindi na nakay kabako na niya pwede sa ano. Hindi man ka mag-uniform, t-shirt lang ka mo. Ano pa sa ano na ni Pati Maya?
Hello everyone.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, good evening everyone. We will start our orientation exactly by 6 p.m. But as of now, we are encouraging everyone to please
Keep
your microphones while we are waiting for others. Thank you.
Loy, wari man sound. Wari sound. Kanina yaon, to siya na waray naman. Hmm? Oray God. Di ayaw pagkuan na labti na kanang utan na sa audio, hindi la nando sa na pagkuan. Oh, di man no. Nandito nga sugad dida.
Naka-off mic siya.
Ako man hay man. Hay man ako
Sige
dili.
nga siya, naka-off mic siya.
Ako man.
Gusto na karon.
Sira na kuan. Oh.
Naka-off mic siya ra.
Ay naman si pamindot kay makuan.
Wala daw, light. Wala nga natin na slash. Diba nga?
Adi na. Hindi na, Loy, adi man.
Ano? May sound?
Ora pa. Ya, ko na. Ayaw. Sige. Lita ka di ulunan. Akla sandigan. Loy. Ulunan tagak ka di. Tagak ka di ulunan sandigan kula. Tapos alcohol. Yan. Yan.
Dear God, thank you for the opportunity to meet together. Please help us to come together to make this institution reflect your kingdom.
Kingdom.
Breathe life into our ideas and decisions. Help us build a team that has love and respect at its heart. Give us the strength to continue working for your kingdom in this time of pandemic. Lord, come give us the inspiration to be the best we can be. May we be a shining example of your goodness and truth within, wherever we are. Inspire our thoughts, discussions, and ideas, and continue to remind us that all that we do here today, all that we accomplish, is for the pursuit of truth for the greater glory of you. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
All right, to give us an overview of how AgriView e-tutorial started and what it wanted to achieve, may I call on the AgriView e-tutorial founder, Ms. Krishnamay Alapar. A round of virtual applause, please.
Hi. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Miss.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So, good evening, everyone. First off, I am Krishna May Alapar. I graduated last 2019, and also I passed the board exam the same year. I am currently working as a faculty member at Central Philippine University, handling animal science subjects. So, thanks, Lai, for the introduction. So just to give a short overview, no, brief lang regarding the AgriView e-tutorial, it all started with me and my friends talking about the experiences that we had during our Leia journey way back 2019. So as what you can see in the presentation, no, the basic principle of AgriView really lies in this phrase: to become the people that we needed before. So way back then, we were also in need of help in terms of reviewing our subject matters, in terms of
Sinan.
comfort, no?
Di
And
maganda.
also, me personally really needed the help when I was already in the valley of despair during my Leia journey. May mga times na di ko na alam if burnout na ba ako, or may mga times na pagod lang, or may mga times na bala ko pa bang mag-aral or kaya ko pa bang mag-take ng board exam on time. Since during those times, I am working at the same time I am reviewing for the upcoming Leia. However, despite the fact that I am already on the verge of giving up during the review season, dahil nga hindi madali, aside of course from the Almighty and my family, I got my friends with me. So who are those friends? Of course, I'm with them now. Lailani, Laika, and other friends na medyo busy ngayon sa work, kaya hindi sila naka-join for AgriView. But really, we became each other's helping hands. So every time na may mga uncertainties or doubts about licensure exam sa agriculture, I just go to them. So that's where the original story of AgriView started. No? Gusto namin maging go-to in case you also need the help in your Leia journey. Because in our case, we are really blessed enough that we have each other. So naisip namin way back last 2021 that paano yung mga taong or paano yung mga aspiring agriculturists na walang Laika or walang Lailani or walang friends or walang support system. So we want to be your support system. Parang yun yung simula ng lahat. Okay, so last year we've already done this e-tutorial. So far so good. Meron tayong mga passers, no? We still kept in touch sa ibang participants, but right now we are really we really want to be part of your Leia journey as well. So again, AgriView, we are just a team. We are just a group of friends who aspired to form a team of lecturers. So right now, this year in our e-tutorial, we have, I guess, 10 lecturers from different disciplines from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. We also have top-notchers. Our real aim is to fill in the gaps along your Leia journey. Our real goal is to be with you along your Leia journey. So I think stated sa next slide, yung mga gaps na gusto nating i-fill in. So these are the gaps that we've discussed. And this discussion was just over a coffee. So that's the original story. The gaps that we want to fill in on these e-tutorial are, first off is the lack of support system. Yun nga, gusto naming mag-offer ng support sa mga taong or sa mga aspiring agriculturists na walang support system or nahihirapan maghanap ng support system. So the lack of belongingness, hopelessness, yung mga times na parang ayaw mo na talagang mag-aral or ayaw mo na talagang magpatuloy sa board exam. Okay, so we also offer we also offer tips and strategies on how to manage your time. I know it's really compact that we will only do this for a month, no? August to September, but then we really assure you that even for that short period of time, we could offer you tips, strategies, and of course, quality lectures. Do not know the WH. So, yun yung main problem on the Leia journey is hindi mo alam kung saan mag-uumpisa. Hindi mo alam kung paano mag-umpisa. Okay? And of course, yung ang financial reasons. We offer this tutorial only for a budgeted price compared to other tutorials that you have online. So in terms of materials as well, we have updated materials that we could offer. The instructors are also equipped and competent enough to provide you the current trends, the current statistics of our agriculture sector na most likely lalabas during your board exam. So I guess those are the gaps. Next slide, please. So these are our objectives. Gusto ko lang i-present yung objectives natin. One of our objective is to empower and encourage the current and future generation of agriculturists to be able to help aspiring agriculturists to meet their maximum potential for the upcoming Leia and beyond. So why beyond? Because AgriView Services doesn't only offer help sa Leia lang. So I want us, or AgriView team wants us to know each other. Mas intimate kasi compared to other tutorials, medyo maliit lang yung number natin. I think we're only around 40. So we could really know each other. So sabi ko kanina sa chat, it could be na dito nyo po mahanap yung forever nyo. So we make sure as well to keep in touch with our participants. Kaya hindi lang nag-i-end yung connection natin sa Leia. We could also offer help in other aspects even after the Leia. Of course, another objective is to offer budget-friendly review and lectures to be able to provide tutorials with updated information to increase the licensed agriculturists in our country. So as we go through our discussion, we would be also emphasizing what's the importance of taking the board exam. So meron tayong mga tips and strategies and meron tayong mga reasons na i-present bakit kailangan ba ng board. Okay, so ano ba yung mabuting maidudulot ng board exam or if licensed agriculturist ka na sa iyong career or even in your life. Okay? It is also not hindi naman lingid sa kaalaman ng lahat na meron tayong scarcity in terms of agriculture and farming here in the Philippines, especially in the newer generation. So we will also want to promote farming and agriculture sa younger generation, and we're utilizing online platforms with our publication materials, not only for the Leia and this season, no, that's also one of our objective, of course, to spread information about agriculture and of course to express our passion in teaching. Way back then when we were in college, me personally, I really like to tutor my classmates. I really like to give them strategies, no, on how to study, because we can really consider studying or teaching as our passion. So in behalf of the AgriView team, I really want to express my gratitude to all for attending the orientation and of course for joining the AgriView team. And my only prayer is of course for us or for you guys to be the next top notchers and to be the next licensed agriculturists. So once again, good evening.
All right. Thank you, Miss Krish. So, ayan, we learned how the AgriView started and ano yung gusto niyang ma-achieve. So, ayan, we started from scratch. We started lang from talking like wala siya sa plano namin. Okay, so all right, we are done with the overview of AgriView e-tutorial. Now let's move on with the introduction of lecturers, which will be presented by AgriView e-tutorial co-founder and Leia 2019 top notcher, Ms. Laika Servidad. A round of virtual applause, please.
All right. Bilay, can you hear me?
Yes, likes.
All right. So, good evening ulit sa lahat. And salamat Lailani for that kind welcome. And I hope everyone is my energy pa para makinig. And for this will just be a brief one. I will just introduce you to the lecturers and anong mga subjects ba yung ituturo nila sa atin for this 1 month of tutorial. Like, I'm just giving you a list of lecturers who you will get to engage with for the rest of the month from September to August to September. Okay, so starting off with our soil science, we have Mr. Rafael Denegem P. De Maya. He preferred to be called as Sir L kasi ang haba daw ng pangalan niya. So he graduated last 2019 from Central Luzon State University sa Nueva Ecija po ito. And currently, he is a graduate student at University of the Philippines, Los Baños, wherein he is trying to specialize in soil science with cognates in conservation and land use. And later on, we will get to meet him as he will be one of the lecturers who will share his journey, how he passed the LEA 2019. And the one that is in tandem with L is Engineer Josan Parasol. So we invited Miss Josan since I think everyone would agree na merong stereotype sa soil science na merong level of fear, especially when we are encountered with a question na may calculation. So from that, from that challenge, I guess Miss Johnson or Engineer Johnson will be there to level off that fear so that you will be able also to know how to approach questions with problem solvings. Okay, so next after in soil science, of course, we have the two experts in this field, my close friend, Lailani. She graduated last 2019 from CPU, and currently she is a graduate student at West Visayas State University and currently working as an agriculturist one at Department of Agriculture Region 6 office. And of course, she's my fellow co-founder in this AgriView services. And together with her is Sir Homer. I think some of you are really familiar with Sir Homer, and you know how expert he is in his field. He just finished his Master in Agriculture with specialization in crop science. And he is a co-founder of Edescape. This is the short term for edible landscape, wherein the objective of his venture is to somehow make the idle lands in Western Visayas productive ones. So moving on, after crop science, we have crop protection. So we have three lecturers in here. One is with us. Two of them is with us now. Are with us now. We have Sir Renz. He will be handling the weed science as well as the pest management. He was one of the top notchers last 2021 Leia. And we have Miss Mary Jane. I think I need to call out Miss Mary Jane to just give a brief hello or hi, just to introduce yourself to everyone in this meeting. Miss MJ?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Ito siya.
Hello.
Hello, MJ. Ano ka na ba? Naka-spotlight. You just your name and your current work and just a simple message to the students. Go, MJ.
So yes, good evening, everyone. I'm Mary Jane de Guzman, and I am currently I'm a research aide at Central Luzon State University.
Yes.
And yes, I passed the board exam last November 2019, and I'm going to I am your
lecturer for
lecturer for
plant
crop
pathology.
protection as in plant pathology.
Yes, thank you, MJ. Medyo hiya pa si Miss Nadine Lustre for tonight. Baka may emotional baggages pa. So thank you, MJ. So as what she had shared, she will be handling plant pathology because it has been her line of expertise since the start of her work. Okay. Wait lang guys, I'll just spotlight myself. Remove spotlight. Okay. So next one, we have again one of the lecturers from soil science, Sir L. He will be dealing with entomology because it is something that he is passionate about. I can attest that he is really great in this field because I had the chance to have a group discussion with him while preparing for the board exam. And really, guys, he has a lot to share to us. And it is one of the things that you will look forward in this review. So next is, well, for the animal science, we have the one and only Miss Krishna May Alapar. Of course, some of you are familiar with her. She has been the organizer that has been interacting with you right from the start of your registration. So she is the founder of this AgriView services. The idea has started from her. And she graduated as cum laude last 2019 from Central Philippine University. And currently, she is working as a faculty on the same university. Say hi, Krishna. Okay. So next in line is Miss Bianca Manalo. So currently, she is one of the candidates since she is already finished with her master's degree in animal science. Her line of specialization is in animal production, but she is much more, let's say, her program is more designed in poultry production. So she will be handling in the subjects that are related to animal production. So she finished her bachelor's degree with major in animal science at Central Luzon State University. Same with MJ and Mary Jane and Sir L. And she has been one of my classmates in my graduate school, in my graduate studies. So of course, together with Krishna and Bianca is yours truly, Ms. Laika Serpitad. So next we have, okay. So I think this is the second to the last subjects. The line of subjects is the same with the actual na if mag-board exam na ba, yan talaga yung line up ng mga subjects. We start with soil science, crop science, and then you have your crop protection, animal science, and on the third day, start with agricultural economics and marketing. So together with me is Mr. Nico Mambosada. He has been one of the lecturers as well last year in AgriView. He graduated as magna cum laude at West Visayas State University last 2018, and currently, same with Lailani, is a graduate student at West Visayas State University and currently working as an agricultural technologist. So I think it's needless, he has topped the board exam. He was the fourth placer last 2018 Leia. And together with him, again, yours truly. So lastly, the two pretty girls for your agricultural extension and communication. As for those who have shared that was a difficulty in terms of dealing with si Kevin ata yun kanina, yung nahirapan daw sa extension. So Miss Lailani and Krishna will be there with you to assist you as you learn or how to answer complicated questions in agricultural extension. So I just want to emphasize, guys, that we as a team, the 10 of us lecturers are here to assist you and to help you, but more than anything else, majority of the effort and your time and the time will always come from you. Always remember that like walang makakatulong sa inyo except sa sarili nyo. It's always from you. So that's it. That's my part. So back to you, Lailani.
All right, thank you, Ms. Like, for the introduction of lecturers. And I guess excited na yung mga students natin for this year. And mas malaki yung chance nila na maging top-notchers since meron lang naman tayong three top-notchers na magle-lecture. All right, and then sabi nga nila, aim for top. Aim for top para kung hindi man mag-top, then at least pasado. Diba? All right, so let's move on with the most awaited portion of this orientation, the testimonials. Actually, we have invited two licensed agriculturists to give their or to testify about their journeys on board exam. But may problem lang ang isa, so I think baka makahabol siya later. But as of the moment, I am pleased to introduce you a Leia 2021 passer who graduated from Central Philippine University and currently a DOST scholar taking MS in Soil Science at the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. Let's give it up for Mr. Rafael De Maya.
Ayan, hello. So, ayun no. Correct na lang, no? 2019 passer po ako. Ayun. So, and from
Sorry
CLSU,
po.
no? Central Luzon State
2019,
University.
magka-batch pala tayo.
Ah,
Okay
pa.
po.
So, ayan, magte-testimony daw ako. So, nakakaintindi naman kayo ng Tagalog, no? Sana all makaintindi. Wait lang share lang ako ng screen. Paano ba? So, I will share to you my journey, no? Nung nagre-review ako, yung mga ginawa ko, paano ako nag-strategize, no? Very, very simple lang naman kung
I-gawin kitang host.
okay. Yan. So, sana lahat kayo excited na mag-take, no, ng board exam. Kailan ba ang schedule? November pa din ba? Tama ba? November. Okay,
November
so sa
20.
November na. Very saglit na lang yan, no? Akala nyo matagal pa pero dumadaan yung araw. Saglit na. So ito yung share ko lang yung 5G, no? 5G naman na tayo ngayon. So 5G ready na ginawa ko, okay, in preparation sa 2019 board exams. Okay, so first, so goal-oriented ka dapat. So during my journey, I have a goal, no, nung nagre-review na ako, na at least maka 85% ako. Yun at yun lang yung goal ko, no? Or higher, no, mapasama sa top. Kasi yung 85 na yon during that time, yung 85% na yon, no, is papasok ka na, may chance ka nang pumasok, no, sa top 10, no? Kaso nga lang nung batch namin, mas ginalingan nila na yung 85 na yun, pang top 11. Okay? So, yun. I have a goal in mind, no, to top the board exam. No? Bakit yun yung kailangan maging goal natin, no? To top, not just to pass. Kasi, if you aim for the top, tapos hindi mo nakita yung name mo sa top 10, confident ka na nandun ka sa following na passers. Actually, yun lang yung tinignan ko, no? During my nung ni-release na yung exam, yung result sa boards, nung chinek ko lang yung top 10, and then nung nakita ko wala ako doon, hindi ko na tinignan yung list of passers kasi alam ko na nandun ako. Okay? Chinek ko na lang yung rating ko, no? And then next na ginawa ko is grow on your strong points. So karamihan ba sa inyo ay fresh graduate, no? Kung fresh graduate kayo, no, or yung iba rin sa inyo kasi working na, no, so grow on your strong point. What do I mean by this? Ako kasi, no, ang learning strategy ko or ang learning style ko during my undergraduate is listening, no? So mas yung flow ng knowledge or yung pasok ng information sa akin ay mas mabilis pag nakikinig ako. Okay? So kaya nga andyan yung weakness and yung strength mo, no? Yung weakness mo, pabayaan mo lang. Kasi ilang buwan na lang yun eh. Halimbawa, tamad ka magbasa, tapos ngayon mo pa sisipagan. Mahihirapan ka lang din doon. I want you to grow on your strong points kung yun, pareho nyo ako na auditory learner, no? And then take advantage na makinig ng mga tutorial kahit nakapikit ka, no? Kung ano ka naman, kung tactile learner, so you have to experience it para mas maintindihan mo, mas mag-grasp mo yung information, or meron kang pictographic memory, no? Or okay lang yung nakikita mo, nababasa mo, no? Kanya-kanyang learning strategy yan, and that is your strong points, no? Mag-focus ka doon. And yun yung ginawa ko. And then next is group with co-reviewer. And si Ma'am Laika nyo at si Miss Mary Jane, no? Naka-group ko sila, no? Magkaiba kami ng block pero nakaka-group ko sila, no, during kapag may vacant, tatambay ako sa kanila, okay? So ang ginagawa nila, sila yung nagsasalita, ako nakikinig lang, no? At malaking tulong yun sa akin, or ayun, kasi ang daming information na nasasagap, no? So iba pa rin kapag may ka-group ka, no? Pareho kayong naghahatakan pataas, no? Walang "Oh, hindi kita i-group-grupo kasi ayokong pumasa ka." No, walang ganong mentality sana, no? So dapat tayo lahat, let's grow together, no? Na makapasa, or even better, mag-top kayong lahat, no, sa group nyo. Okay? And next is gather materials. Okay? So, samot-saring mga universities o kaya yung mga recalled questions for the past 5 years, that is very helpful. Also, yung agriculture magazine. Okay? So, sa dinami-dami ng binasa ko, siguro mga 30 plus issues yon, no? May 3 lumabas doon sa magazine na yon, no? Yung agriculture magazine, if you're familiar with that, kasi nandun yung mga current events, no? Doon din nakikita. So may mga current events kasi sa board exam na lalabas. During our time, lumabas yung rice tarification law, no? So although wala naman siya sa magazine, yung lumabas sa magazine is more on trivial, no, mga trivias, doon yung makukuha, doon yung mapupulot sa agriculture magazine. Okay? And lastly, no, get some dopamine, no? Yan yung isa sa pinakamahalaga kong ginawa. Kasi my advisor told me, no, na parang mas maaalala mo ang isang bagay kung masaya ka, no? Di ba? Pag yung mga happy moments nyo, naaalala nyo agad-agad. And if you have the ability to relate yung nalalearn nyo to that specific memory, okay, it's an advantage. Okay? Ganun yung ginagawa ko during my review. Okay? And also, dopamine, no, or be creative. Ako kasi during my review, no, may sarili akong sistema para makuha ko yung dopamine na yun. Okay, meron akong bote ng isang bote lang or 3 minsan. Okay, let's say mule, okay, Smirnoff, kung familiar kayo doon. And that is my strategy. I know my strength kasi, no, during that time. Na pag ganun yung sistema ng katawan ko, mas nakaka-review ako, mas nagiging creative ako, mas nagiging attentive ako. So, ganun. Okay, and also ito yung pinakamahalaga, no, sa review journey nyo. Gawin nyo tong inspiration. Okay, para sa Pinoy farmers, no? You would like to pass, you would like to top the board exam for agriculture to help the Filipino farmers. Okay? Ang Filipino farmers, sa ibang bansa pag sinabi mong farmers, ang taas ng tingin nila. 'Di ba? Sa US, wow, farmer ka. Pag dito sa Pilipinas, ay farmer ka. No, ay farmer siya. Na para tulungan nating iangat yung buhay nila, na kung ano yung tingin ng kung ano yung state ng farmers sa ibang bansa is ma-achieve din ng mga Pinoy farmers dapat, no? Sila yung nagpro-produce ng kinakain natin, bakit sila pa rin yung mahihirap? No, mostly farmers pa rin ang mahihirap, no? Kaya let this be an inspiration, no? Lalo na sa inyo yung mga anak ng farmers. Anak ako ng farmer, no? My dad is a farmer, okay? And ayun, isa siya sa mga inspiration ko na nag-take ako during my board exam. No, gagawin ko to para sa tatay ko kasi farmer siya, no? Para maiangat yung estado ng farmers dito sa Pilipinas. Okay? So, para makita natin yung mga farmer na yan, na ganyan ang ngiti, genuine, no? Na talagang masaya, at masaya sila dahil sa inyo, sa license nyo na natulungan nyo sila. Okay? So let it be, no, for the farmers, for your parents kung farmer man sila. Okay? So yun lang yung ma-share ko, no, during my lay journey during review. Okay? So yun yung pinakamahalaga. Dapat meron kang goal. Okay? You gauge your yung strength mo, grow on your strength. Okay? And groups. Okay? And then, ano na yung isa? Okay, gather materials and then get some dopamine. So yun lang yung 5G, no, na ma-share ko sa inyo sa review na to. Okay? Thank you so much.
Okay. So, I think lahat nakinig at dinamdam talaga nila yung testimony ni Sir L. So, ano ulit yung 5G? You can open your microphones. Sino makaka-mention ng 5G? Bibigyan ko ng 5G SIM card. Char. So, ayun, dapat goal-oriented, gather materials, ano pa? Ano? So, you have to get a group of co-reviewers, grow your strong points, and get some dopamine. So, ako, habang nakikinig ako kay Sir L, na bumabalik yung yung mga memory during the journey habang nagpe-prepare din kami for the board exam. Well, actually totoo po yung sinabi ni Sir L na dapat pumunta ka sa lugar na kung saan tingin mo na magsusut ka. And aside from that, dapat alam mo kung ano yung strong points mo. Tulad nga ng sabi ni Sir L, isa siyang mas naiintindihan niya kung nakikinig siya. Ako naman, mas nagigets ko isang bagay pag nakikita ko. To see is to believe daw, sabi. So, ayun nga, and ang pinaka nagustuhan ko sa sinabi ni Sir L is yung pinaka main goal niya or pinaka end point ng kung bakit gusto niyang makapasa is yung makita yung matatamis ng ngiti ng ating mga farmers. Well, ako, as a worker, as a office worker sa Department of Agriculture, sobrang saya kapag ka natutulungan mo yung farmers. Lalo na kapag ka nag-share din sila nung kung ano yung naitulong nyo sa kanila. So ayun, thank you Sir L for that amazing testimony. So all right, so let's move on to the platforms that we will be using during the review. And for that, I will give the virtual floor to Miss Laika Servidad again. You're in mute, Likes.
Okay, Lai, I'll try to retrieve. Krishna, can you please return the host? Okay. I think before we move on, since one of the passers who supposed to will share to us her journey is not able, failed to join us tonight. So Krishna would like to share something with you guys in terms of how you will ace the board exam.
Okay.
Okay, hello. Am I audible? Nakikita niyo ba yung naka-on cam ba ako sa end niyo?
Yes, Krish.
Okay. So, disclaimer lang po, if may background noise, just focus on my voice. This is really a struggle since the pandemic started, no? Mahirap mag-focus, but then as you listen, just focus on my voice once again. So this is just a spotlight ko daw yung self ko. Paano ko i-spotlight yung self ko? Eto. Okay. Add spotlight.
Done.
Okay na? Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay. So this I will present to you now. This presentation that I will present to you now are just some of the strategies and tips, no, that I already tried myself, and I already asked to other licensed agriculturists. So mga ideas na to and strategies na combined with my own personal touch, and of course with the experiences as well of the other passers and with the other top notchers. So first off, I just want to ask you, how are you, or how far are you? Can I see some participants? If let's say we will have a scale of 1 to readiness. How or saang percentage na kayo? Nasa 50% na ba kayo ng study? Nasa 20%? Meron bang medyo, if the board exam will occur tomorrow, are you ready? Can I see some responses? You can open your mic.
Hindi pa masyado, ma'am. Hindi pa kami ready.
Malayo pa po. Okay. So, yun kasi yung question sa amin last time, no? What if the board exam will occur tomorrow? Ready ka na ba? So, yun nga, as what I have said earlier, we are here to, I think 40%, okay? We are here to help you with your preparation. So, yun yung isang question. Yun yung isang question. I'll just siguro skip this. So these are the, this is what I did when I was reviewing. Warning and disclaimer, this was effective when I was reviewing. However, this doesn't apply to all. But you can actually apply this strategy. So what I did was I listed down all the hindering factors and the facilitating factors during my board exam journey. So yung mga hindering factors ko included na yung mga distractions, screen time, of course sa phone, yung mga threats. Isa talaga sa pinakamahirap na experience was, modesty aside, graduating with Latin honors. I can really say that I'm with Miss Laika and Miss Leilani because the school is really expecting from you. Or kapag hindi naman sa school, maybe your workmates, maybe yung mga kapitbahay mo, yung family mo, are expecting a lot from you. So, nakaka-pressure. Time of the day na pinaka-least effective ka, I listed that down. Mga worries ko, I asked myself, so, if bukas na yung board exam, bakit hindi ako ready? So, bakit feeling ko hindi pa rin ako papasa? So, those worries, I just listed them down. I also listed the study methods that I'm really not comfortable with. For example, sa case ni Sir L, mas effective daw sa kanya if naririnig niya or auditory learner siya. In my case naman, hindi talaga effective if nakikinig lang ako because I really have a short attention span. Medyo distracted ako. Di ko rin gusto yung may mga cases kasi sa mga classmates ko na nire-record nila yung teacher and then they just listen to it overnight or before they sleep and then boom, they learn. In my case, it's really not applicable. Identify your weakest subject. One of the most important thing out of the 6 subjects, what is your weakest link? O ano yung pinakamahina so that you could allot enough time for you to improve that subject. Okay? So sa facilitating factors naman, we call this as accountability partner. So every time you study, it's really important to have an accountability partner where you discuss what you have studied. Effective sa iba if group, pero mas effective sa iba if it's intimate or if it's partner. Mas maswerte ka if yung bebe mo, na sana bebe mo lang, hindi bebe ng iba, is magte-take din ng Leia. So that could also be a big help for you. Facilitating time of factor, another is the time of the day when you are most effective. In my case, I'm really effective during the day or sa around 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'm not the type na gigising ng 3 a.m. and then I'll study. I'm not the type. Usually, from mga 11 a.m. straight na yon up until 9 p.m. So, what triggers your momentum in studying? This is also one of the most important thing that you need to identify before actually doing the proper study period or doing the proper study time. So, what triggers your momentum? Place. Ano ba yung place na feeling mo mas makaka-study well ka? On my case, I want to study outside. So, yun. Sometimes they can see me sa 7-Eleven, sa McDo, sa mall, mga food court. Halos lahat ng mall dito sa province namin, I think, napag-studian ko na. Another is your favorite food. So, sabi ni Sir L kanina, it's really important to have dopamine. What I really like in terms of studying with my favorite food, feeling ko yung retention is much more effective. For example, if may coffee ako or if kumakain ako ng gusto ko, mas masaya while studying, mas okay yung retention. And of course, you need to have enough sleep. You also need to identify or know who are your inspiration. Of course, nilagay ko lang dito crush, but it could be your family, it could be your children, it could be your parents, it could be your friends, it could be your bebe. So yun. And also, I tried to list down all of my little improvements so that hindi rin ako mawalan ng gana. Like, I want to monitor myself as well. And of course, I listed down all the things that I'm really thankful about. So, isa rin yun na nakatulong when I'm reviewing. So, what's the sense of listing these down? I tried to read my hindering factors and facilitating factors every day. From my first day of studying up until my last day of studying, to keep myself consistent, as well to be aware, and of course to track my improvement. So sa mga hindering factors, what have you done to lessen the hindering factors? Address it one by one. Of course, hindi natin mawawala yung mga screen time, yung mga distraction. I'm not saying that you would really eliminate these distractions all at the same time. Okay, so you can do it one by one. Also, sa mga facilitating factors natin, maintain it as well. How can you be consistent on these factors? Okay, to keep also yourself on track. So, meron din akong i-share na study method. These study methods, dalawa yung in-apply ko. One is the Pomodoro technique and second is the Feynman technique. So, if yung iba is familiar na sa Pomodoro technique, this is done by dividing your time into 25 minutes and 5 minutes, or 50 minutes and 10 minutes. So 25 would be my study time and 5 minutes would be my break time. This is really effective when you have a short attention span. Okay, so kapag hindi mo kaya magbasa ng 300 pages, no, within an hour, within a day, can I ask Miss Gemma to mute? Wait lang. Okay, thank you. Again, ulit, Pomodoro technique. So, if meron kang short attention span or nahihirapan ka magbasa ng mahaba or nahihirapan kang mag-study for long period of time, you can do this technique. 25 minutes study, 5 minutes break. However, on my part, the 25-5 Pomodoro technique is not effective kasi yung momentum ko nawawala. So what I did is that I adjusted the Pomodoro to 50-10. So I study for 50 minutes and then I take a break for 10 minutes. So as what I have said, I am always studying outside. So for example, is a food court ako ng mall nagsa-study, 50 minutes is for studying, 10 minutes is for arcade. So yun yung usual practice ko during the board exam. But again, this may not be effective to you. However, you can apply this, you can try this, and then if effective, then okay. Hindi naman siya limited for 25-5 or hindi naman siya limited for 50-10. It depends on you. It depends on how you will adjust your time. It's just that you need to make sure na meron kang study and then meron kang break time. Or meron kang mga break intervals. So, ganon. Feynman technique naman, this is the most effective technique for me. And for sure, if matatry nyo to, this could really be a big help. So in terms of Feynman technique, there are 4 steps. Step 1 is you study first on your own. Step 2 is you teach what you have studied. You could teach a lampshade. You could teach the mouse. You could teach your cell phone. You could teach the mug. Okay? You could teach, of course, a live person if you have a study buddy. But in terms of teaching, you just need to recite it. You just need to explain what you have studied. Okay? So, pwede kahit self nyo lang, like, for example, face the mirror or not necessarily the mirror, no? Yun nga, kahit mouse lang yung kausapin nyo, just say it like you're teaching it. Okay? So kung ano man yung na-study nyo, try to teach it. And of course, if you are teaching it to a live person or if you're teaching it to a group, no, there would be probing questions. So doon na papasok if sa subject matter na pinag-aralan nyo, what are the gaps? So hindi lahat na itatanong nila is masasagutan mo. That's the advantage of peer studying, or that's the advantage of group study, because you would be able to discuss. And then while you are discussing, you would discover the gaps. Okay? Malalaman nyo if, oh, okay, tinanong niya ako ng part na to, hindi ko masagot, then yun yung pag-aaralan ko ulit. Yung mga nasagot ko, okay na yun. Okay? And once you teach it, the retention will be more effective. Okay? I think around 2/3 of the readings that you will read would begin after 48 hours. So, after you study, after you understand the subject matter, you need to recite it or you need to teach it to others so that the retention would be more effective. After you fill in the gaps, you study again, and then you try to simplify the content. Okay? You try to simplify the discussion. Stated here, if you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, if you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. So, for example, photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a complex process. Okay, maraming cycle, maraming involved. However, if you can really understand photosynthesis, you can explain it on a 1 sentence. So, dito na maa-apply si Feynman technique. Okay, so again, study, try to teach it or recite it. Once you teach it, they would probe or they would ask you questions, and then the questions that you cannot answer, you need to study it again, and then you simplify the explanation. Okay, from the complex topics, you need to make it simpler. Okay, so yun yung isang technique na in-apply ko. And so far, effective naman. Ano pa? So lastly siguro, if nakita nyo yung posting namin sa AgriView page, we stated 4 P's. Okay, so the first P is the planning. Second P is the preparation. Third P is the peers. And fourth P is the prayer. Okay, so planning, 1 hour of planning will save you 10 hours of doing. So that's what I want to impart with you. In terms of preparation, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Number 3, the peers, it's always 2 heads are better than 1. And for the prayer, the board exam question is multiple choice type. Sa mga hindi nakakaalam, so multiple choice type po yung board exam. It may sound easy, however, it's the otherwise. Hindi madali yung multiple choice question because it's really confusing. And every time we are confused, every time we are in doubt, that's the time that we really need wisdom from God. So again, for peace, and those are the techniques that I use during my Leia review. So thank you, and I hope it could be a help. Thanks, Lai.
Okay. So, wow. Ang daming naiwan na tanong ni Miss Krishna, no? So, I think mahihirapan matulog yung mga students natin. So, unang tanong, ano yung mas effective sa inyo na technique? Pomodoro or Feynman?
Hello, ma'am.
Ano, ma'am? Si Ma'am Lizelle. So, ayun nga. Siguro napapaisip na sila. Ano yung mga hindering na mga pwede na lang maiwasan ng mga bagay, at ano pa yung mga pwede na ma-improve pa. Alright, so okay, may i-add ka, like? Okay, so now I think wala pa yung platform which will be given or which will be discussed in detail by Miss Laika Cervidad.
All right. Thank you, Lilay. Allow me first to share my screen. It's in here. So, okay. Sensya guys ha, i-mute ko lang yung iba na nag-a-unmute. Okay, so brief lang to guys. We made it as simple as possible para hindi mahirapan yung lahat. Hindi mahirapan kayo. We are not expecting na everyone ba na techie or have been in the era of online or the remote learning setup. So we designed this one na para, which are actually user-friendly in short. So the platforms, in terms of what I mean by platforms, this will be kumbaga yung mga media wherein we will get to interact with each other in terms of our two-way communication, kumbaga, on how we will disseminate the information and how you will respond to us as well. So with this, it's like your starter pack apps. This will be, if anyone, siguro lahat ba dito familiar sa Zoom? Obviously. Pero kanina kasi may na-encounter lang kami sa group chat na struggling with Zoom kasi we cannot resort to Google Meet due to restrictions sa recording. So last resort namin is Zoom. I hope everyone is familiar with the controls of Zoom. Meron ba dito, guys? I'll give you 10 seconds kung hindi kayo familiar sa Zoom. Raise your hand. Oh, okay. 10, 9. Okay. Wala naman so far. So I guess this will work. So all you need is, of course, Gmail. Starting from the beginning, you cannot register in this tutorial without having your Gmail. And we would like to emphasize in Gmail, guys, be consistent sa paggamit ng Gmail nyo. Kung ano yung ginamit nyo ng registration, or if ever that was an invalid one, please notify us via email or via messenger. Kasi this, we will be strict in terms of your Gmail accounts, especially on the access sa mga learning, especially sa mga access sa recorded lectures. So please do notify us if hindi kayo nakaka-receive ng like emails from AgriView. Actually, ano lang din naman sa amin if invalid yung nilagay nyo. But please make sure na be consistent on the Gmail account that you will be using in accessing the Google Drive and using Zoom, and as well as in your YouTube account. Kumbaga sync na sana lahat na yung other applications sa single Gmail nyo. Because other than that, we cannot, kumbaga, it is already out of our control na in case kayo sa Gmail account yung mismo yung may problem. So that's it. I guess most of us are familiar with Gmail, Google Drive. The Google Drive, it is where your learning resources are housed as of now, where you can access it anytime, as long as you have an internet connection. And of course, the Zoom will be the main platform for the live lectures. Wala naman so far nagdi-disagree ba sa Zoom? Feel free to raise your hand lang ha. If someone is struggling like sa shortage of data, wala naman. Okay. Okay, so moving on. Of course, Facebook group. Lahat ba nasa Facebook group na? Lahat na nandito? Nasa AgriView na ba kayo nag-Facebook group? Wala pa po. Si Nicole Valiente. For Miss Nicole, pero may na-receive na po ba kayo, ma'am, na na Gmail, like invitation for the Facebook group?
Insert ko lang siguro, Ma'am Likes. The Facebook group invitation would only be sent to them if they've already filled in the payment form.
Ah, okay.
So
maybe so maybe what that is one of the reasons why Ma'am Nicole and Lilith were not able to receive the invitation.
May case po na hindi naka-fill up na kayo ng payment form, however, di pa rin kayo nakaka-receive ng invitation, just message us sa group chat. Okay? So,
Miss Lilith and Nicole. Other than them, meron pa po ba? Wala naman. Okay. Si Sir Yol pa. Okay. So, the same with Miss Lilith, sir. Maybe were you able to, sir, to fill up the payment form? Hindi ko pa siya. Okay. So, we'll look into it, sir. Maybe na overlook lang. Okay. Sige. Later lang. Okay. So, Miss Krishna. So, Ms. Krishna will try to address those concerns. Q&A. Okay. So, we will deal with that one later in the open discussion to raise your concerns in order for us to know your states as well and for us to address your current problems relating to your access to learning resources and such also our Facebook group. So next is, bakit nandito si YouTube? So we were planning to use YouTube as, nandito si YouTube kasi dyan namin i-upload yung mga live lectures for you to have, kumbaga, whenever any flexible time whenever you feel like doing it to for a much kumbaga tinatawag na repetition, if that is your effective way of learning, like repetition, ulit-ulitan yung lectures. This will be our avenue using YouTube. So in YouTube, the lectures are sorted according to the subjects. So as of now, of course, empty pa, but after 1 month, this will be filled with your live lectures. And again, I just want to emphasize the single use of your email account. Please, isang email account lang. Other than if you are using a different account, it is impossible for you to access this live lecture, recorded lectures. Okay, I hope that's clear to everyone. So after this, maybe before the night ends, we will send form. We're in Google form. I will send it in our group chat. And from there, you will write your functional, kumbaga yung chosen nyo na email address. Doon namin kukunin yung mga i-add, yung mga, kumbaga i-sync namin sa aming YouTube account, YouTube channel. Kasi private po ito, so it is impossible for you if iba yung email na gagamitan mo. I hope that's clear, guys. So moving on I think na overlap ko kasi, I'm sorry. So starting with the registration, and once you are registered, you will receive an email that includes yung payment form that is on our end para may assurance na you will really push through in this tutorial. And after that, if ever na suffice na yung payment form, you will be invited to the FB group and you will be given an access to your learning resources, yung mga supplementary learning resources, and some of it also includes lectures, video lectures. And in terms of invitation to FB group, as of now, I guess 21 members pa lang, and we are expecting around 39 of you in this group. So I think this is the best option, yung FB group, since all of you, I guess, is really familiar with the control functions of Facebook group. It is where will be the updates, the reminders, as well as yung mga link ng recorded lectures na link sa YouTube. Dito namin i-upload. And of course, other than that, guys, we encourage you to interact with your classmates as well. If ever you think na this is, you gained an info that is worth sharing, especially yung mga trivial, your mga current facts, like sa kay Sir El na sinabi, yung mga sa agriculture magazines, yun na mga nakalap, feel free to share it with the group. Again, this is about hilahan sa bawat isa. Let's try to collaborate rather than to compete with each other. So I think that is all that there is. Unless you have anything to raise. Okay, we can move on.
Is there any question?
Yes, is there any question regarding the platforms? Maybe we can move on to open discussion now.
Pwede na rin tayo
Provided
maka-start open discussion for clarification, suggestions, and para mas ma-clarify kayo guys kung regarding, especially sa platforms, feeling ko dyan yung maraming questions.
Yes.
So, ayun. And
Pwede nyo rin pong,
yes, Miss Krish.
Pwede nyo rin pong itanong if single si Miss Lailani, mga ganon.
So, balik tayo doon. So, ayun nga, additional na lang din sa YouTube, naka-specify yung naka-share lang siya sa specific na registered email nyo. So, marami din ako na-experience yan yung pinaka-problema, yung email and yung password. So, I highly suggest na please, kung pwede, sana isulat yung email na ginagamit nyo as well as the password. Okay, so para at least isa lang yung ginagamit nyo na email sa lahat ng platforms para hindi tayo magkaroon ng problema. Or baka magtaka kayo bakit wala kayong access, something like that. Okay? So, sa may mga question dyan, please don't hesitate to raise it.
What are your questions?
Or pwede rin i-chat. Baka nahiya sila.
Yes po. Pwede rin i-chat. Walang questions? This is the last part of our orientation. So, we can still consume some time. Yung time po ng ma'am, pag lecture time. Okay, so the lecture for weekdays will start around 5 to 9 p.m. That's stated in our schedule. Sa weekdays, as a weekends naman, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. What time yung in? If working ka, ma'am, so we could still have a grace period around 30 minutes to 1 hour, no? I just assure you na if may mga cases na hindi maubos or hindi ma-extract yung time, we would really fill in the lacking time. Okay, we need to really make sure of the 120-hour lecture time. Okay, so makikita yun naman yung timestamp siguro sa mga recordings. In case mag-start yung review and you cannot make it on time, it's okay because there would be a recordings. So, any questions?
Ay, merong question, Miss Krish. Si Tenny? Miss or Mr.? Confused ako. Regarding sa certificate daw.
Meron po tayong recognition for sa mga magta-top because we will have a pre and post test. So usually naglalabas kami ng mga top notchers for the post test. Okay,
With
that's the final
reward.
exam. Yes. So
Gcash reward.
surprise. Siguro we would facilitate certificates for those who will top the post tests or yun yung tinatawag na pre-board exam natin. Yun yung final assessment nyo.
Okay. Feel free to chat na lang po yung mga question. Ayan.
Yes
May
po,
another question.
if case ma'am cannot attend the lecture, can I still listen even if I'm late? Yes po. We would be tracking your email address and I guess your Zoom account in order for us to admit you. And of course, hindi naman po marami yung participants natin. As of the moment, we only have 42 participants. So, kaming mga organizers, medyo madaling matandaan. Madali lang namin matandaan yung mga names nyo. So, again, this would be an intimate review online. Make sure lang po na sa email address na gagamitin, it would be a single email address at consistent sa lahat ng platforms. Kasi dun yung problema if iba't ibang email yung gamit nyo.
Baka sa work pa nila na email yung ginagamit nila.
Merong case last year, kapag work email kasi yung ginagamit, especially if it's university or government agency, no, may mga limit or yung may mga restrictions. So, kanina sa attendance, if na-observe nyo, meron restriction sa unang attendance sheet kasi university mail ko yung gamit ko. Sorry for that inconvenience, pero I would advise to use the general Gmail account. Don't use your work account or work email.
Please.
Baka may gumamit ng uplb.edu.ph or baka may gumamit ng L guapo at clsu.edu.ph. So hindi po namin recommend yon. As much as possible, please use your normal Gmail account.
Personal email.
Personal email. Another question, if may pwede pong humabol na mag-register para mag-review po, pwede pa po bang humabol, ma'am? This is case-to-case basis. Just, I want to inform you guys just to send us a personal message. Kilala nyo naman po kaming mga organizers, or you can just message the page so that we could settle if anong mangyayari if pahabol yung applications or registration. Ma'am, gamit ko ay Yahoo, pero meron po ako Gmail. Okay. So, Sir Yol, mas advisable yung Gmail account. Since Google si YouTube and si Drive. Hi, ma'am. What if I won't be able to attend the class due to personal reason? Is there a recorded video of the class? Yes po. As we mentioned earlier, all live lectures would be recorded and all videos would be accessed through YouTube. Yung link ng YouTube is not open for public viewing. Yung YouTube na yon is only accessible for you guys na mga nag-register. So that's the importance ng single email nyo. Okay? Or yung consistent email ninyo. Hayol. Think pwede mo i-connect yung Yahoo sa Gmail. Okay, yun pala. If pwede mo ma-connect, then okay lang din po. Ma'am, so pwede po mapalitan yung email ginamit mag-register? Yes. We would be sending a new Google form. Later, Miss Laika would be sending the new Google form for the permanent email that you would use. Okay? Thank you, ma'am. Okay. So, any questions pa?
Guys, itanong nyo na lahat ng gusto nyong itanong. Wow.
May
Sige,
warm.
babasahin ko yung sinabi ni
Nila.
Sir Nathan. I'm amazed how AgriView started. Amazing talaga. Thank you to all organizers. A big opportunity para sa mga naghahanap ng materials at platform. To learn more and for us to pass the board. We well appreciated. Salute to all. Wow, thank you so much, Sir Nathan.
May
Nakakatawa.
Gcash yun.
Char. Okay, sige.
Well
Ato, good question to kay, I don't know, sorry sa kung Mr. or Miss Shinja. Is it downloadable? Ay, good question po to sa YouTube. Sa YouTube po ba to? Since naka-specified lang siya, hindi siya naka-public, then wala pong option ng download. Na-try din po namin siyang gumamit ng third party na application which na hindi rin po siya downloadable. So, ayun po.
The reason why hindi downloadable yung mga live lectures or yung recorded videos ng live lecture is that for you guys to actually have the privilege kasi nag-register po kayo para hindi rin po accessible sa iba.
Yes,
okay?
po.
And as well to protect our lecturers.
Privacy. Ayun. But ipopost rin po ba siya sa FB group?
Yung link.
Yung link lang. Oo, tama.
Just the
Yung
link.
link lang po yung i-send namin or yung ipopost namin sa FB group. And then re-redirect kayo sa YouTube. And then yun po.
Sa YouTube naman po, no worries kasi hindi naman po scatter yung videos. Naka-playlist na po yun. And the title would be consistent Sa title, meron na ring subject, meron na ring date for you to keep track if ano yung unang video na panonoorin. Main platform for recording is YouTube. But main platform for the discussion of the live lecture would be Zoom.
Okay. Sige, baka na-confuse sila, Krish. So, ayun.
So, ulitin ko lang siguro, yung platforms kanina, the YouTube platform would be utilized for the video recordings. Okay? Sa mga review materials nyo po, uploaded na po yung iba sa Google Drive na ma-access nyo once you do your payment. Another platform would be Zoom for the live lectures, and all of these platforms would be consolidated sa ating private FB group.
Yes.
So, ganun. Yes. Sa Google Drive po makikita yung mga ready materials. I think once you fill out the form, magbibigay ng link and then you just need to request access. So, sorry po sa mga delay. Sometimes kasi hindi rin stable yung hindi rin ako always my internet connection. Ako po kasi yung nag-a-access ng request. So, sometimes may delay. But then, sa mga naka-fill out na po ng payment form at wala pa ring access sa group and wala pa ring access sa Drive, please send me a message or sa ating group chat. By the way po, meron din tayong group chat aside sa FB group, no? Meron din tayong group chat where we could talk in there and interact. Okay? So, yun nga, sabi ni Miss Laika kanina, rather than compete, we need to collaborate. So, we rise by lifting others.
Yes, exactly. So, in addition, aside sa group chat natin, I think gagawa din naman ng group chat per subject. So, para maka-update. Depende siguro sa lecturer, no? Pero most likely, may another group chat naman for specific para sa subject. Okay?
Another question from Miss or Mr. Sinja. Regarding po sa review materials, yun din po yung i-discuss during lecture. Sa review materials po kasi, yung posted na sa Google Drive, those are the supplementary materials na. So, from the supplementary materials, depende na po sa approach nyo kung paano nyo siya isusupplement sa baseline talaga ng review nyo or paano nyo siya isusupplement or paano nyo siya gagamitin. In terms naman po sa materials na gagamitin ng lecturer, meron din po kanya-kanyang PPTs or kanya-kanyang references yung each lecturer. So, we would still be organizing or doing or creating, we would still be creating a new folder for that, for the live lecture materials. Okay, it's just that nga today hindi pa po na-consolidate yung lahat na review materials na gagamitin ng lecturers. And out of the 10 lecturers po, I can assure you na they are really they would really offer their PPTs maybe in PDF form. They would really share. Okay? Just if nasa live lecture na po, you can just request. Sir, ma'am, can we have your PPT? Okay?
Yes.
Hi, ma'am. Can extend the review until October. Yun lang po yung yun lang po yung time na available yung 10 lecturers. On behalf po ng AgriView team, we're really thankful sa mga 7 lecturers, no, na napao namin. Ang hirap po manligaw, pero
Totoo yan.
thankful po kami sa kanila. So, let's see po, let's see. So, as of now, September 25 is the last day, but then we could still extend for the pre-board exam. That's your final assessment. Any questions pa po?
Meron pa dito, Krish, paano po ang pre-test and post-test? I mean, paano yung process nun? From Miss Donna.
Okay, so the pre-test and post-test would be given through the Google Forms. This would be given by your lecturer in charge per subject. So, I guess sa soils, Sir L, sa Ansay, ako, sa crop sci, I think it would be Miss Lailani. Sa Econ would be Sir Nico. Crop prot would be, I'm just not sure sa crop prot. Sino nga? Miss Laika?
May nilalagawan pa ako.
Okay. pero other than that, it would be given by the lecturer. Okay? Through Google Forms. If may question na when, expect a pre-test before or expect a pre-test prior the discussion, and expect a post-test after the 120 after the live lectures. Kapag pa-end na yung lecture ng isang subject, may post-test doon. And depende na rin depende na rin po sa lecturer, because me personally as a lecturer, I always give short quizzes. So iba naman po yung short quizzes sa mga pre and post test natin. Okay? Sa post test tayo magja-judge kung sino yung magta-top notch sa ating e-tutorial. And may pa-surprise kami.
Surprise!
Live lecture, ma'am, di man kita maano sa Zoom.
Live lecture is through Zoom. Yes.
So diretsapan, ma'am.
Okay, wala na pong question. Open pa rin po yung chat box. Walang question from CPU ah. Parang pakigalawang baso, guys.
Okay, so can I see some hands from Luzon? Can you just type an emoji or can you just raise your hand? Team Luzon.
Yay! Ay.
Ma'am, pwede pa help how register online in PRC? Mahirap po makakuhaan ng slot. So slot po, that's really handled sa PRC kung saan ka-located po. We have no control sa kung may slot pa ba or wala. Pero online, alam ko po online naman yung processing sa pre-registration, kasi merong pre-registration and then registration. So sa pre-registration, it would be online, and then sa registration proper, I think you need to go sa PRC ano nga yun? PRC office. Okay. Okay, sa PRC sa lugar nyo. Yes. Any question? Isang advice lang po is that when you file for the board exam, I think the start of filing would be on Monday. So the first day of application is on August 22, and the final day of application would be, I think, October 24. So, meron tayong August, September, October, meron kayong 2 months to prepare all the requirements. What I would advise is that avoid filing during the last days. Okay? Huwag po kayong mag-file sa October 24 mismo. Yun lang po yung pinaka-importante na advice na bibigay ko. Kasi we cannot really avoid that there would be problems or there would be some circumstances na let's say yung good moral kulang yung perma. Yung good moral dapat nakasil yon. So those things, no? Baka may problema sa transcript. Baka may kulang sa requirement. So if magfa-file ka ng October 24 sa last day ng filing, there would be cases na mahaba yung pila. There would be cases na talagang madidelay ka. So if ready na yung requirements nyo as early as around maybe last week of August or first week of September, file it already na. But if you're still waiting for some requirements, then just avoid filing last sa final days ng application.
Yes, and given na ngayong year yung pinakamaraming kukuha ng board exam.
Because this is the first K to 12, I think, di ba?
Yes.
First graduates ng K to 12.
And aside from that, naka-experience na may kilala ko na naka-experience ng nag-prepare siya for board, tapos at the end, hindi siya kumuha dahil kulang siya sa requirement. So after a year pa siya nakakuha ng board. So sayang sana yung time. Diba?
And then, add ko lang din po, once you already filed for the board exam, as soon as nag-release na yung PRC ng venue, try to check the venue as early as you can as well. Hindi pwedeng same day checking ng classroom. Okay? And of course, sa AgriView, we would also be reminding you the do's and don'ts during the day of the board exam. Okay, if malapit na po yung board exam, magkakaroon tayo ng, or pa-end na po ng review, we would be having a briefing for the do's and don'ts prior and during and after the board exam. So merong tatlong phase, di ba? Merong pre, merong during, merong post. Pinakamahirap yung post. Sabi nga ni Sir L, the waiting phase is the most difficult. So we would be yes. We would be also doing a briefing for you guys. Okay, towards the end of our lecture.
Okay. I think importante talaga yun, Miss Krish, yung briefing. Kasi although prepared ka, tapos may mga, during the exam, ang dami kasing bawal eh. Tapos, ayun, edi nag-cramming ka, so blackout. Wala rin. Okay? May question pa po?
So, kanina maraming from Luzon, no?
Okay.
Can we see some hands from Visayas? I have here some of my students. Guys, be proud.
Shy type.
Raise your hand, raise your flag. Okay, so we have few hands from Visayas. How about Team Mindanao?
Mindanao.
From Mindanao. Okay, so ilan ba yung naka-raise hand? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's really nice to see the diversity of our team, of our participants. Meron Luzon, Visayas. Meron bang ano? I think we have a participant from Israel.
Wow.
Yes. I'm just not sure if he is here. Are you here, sir? If walang sumagot, then wala. But we have one participant from Israel. He is actually a Filipino. I think he's doing a training there. And he's about to take the board exam this year.
Wow.
And pauwi pa lang po siya. Kaya nag-register siya. So baka may team abroad dyan. Okay, so
wala bang ka-fam? Char.
any questions pa po ba?
Send na ata ako ng pre-test ko para ready na sila.
Wow.
Until Monday naman.
So,
Meron pa po bang questions?
mukhang wala na sigurong question, Miss Krish. Wala na, sure? Saan nanggagaling yung sound? Ayun, si Sir Alan Jake. Baka may question po. Naka-raise hand siya. Sir Allen? Ay, baka yan pa yung kanina. Okay, so sige, proceed tayo. So since wala ng question, or if may mga question pa, pwede rin na mag-chat kayo sa group chat. Pero better kung ngayon, sana. Okay, so let's proceed with the closing remarks. Closing remarks na ba tayo?
Yes.
Okay, so sige. So as a closing remarks, wow, which will be given by yours truly. First of all, I would like to congratulate you in advance. Wow, dagdag pressure. I know na kinakabahan, nahihirapan, hindi nyo alam kung saan kayo magsisimula, and ang dami papasok sa isip nyo, especially yung sasabihin ng ibang tao, di ba? Pero guys, chill lang. That's why andito yung AgriView tutorial to give you guidance. Kasi we were once like you na medyo nawawala ng landas. Pero ayun nga. So, kaya binild tong AgriView so that we can fill in the gap na gusto namin yun masolusyonan. So, ayun, sasamahan namin kayo guys sa tamis ng tagumpay. Wow. So, I'm Leilani and nag-iiwan ng salitang do your best now and thank yourself later. Thank you guys. So, I think that ends our orientation this night. Magpapakilala pa ba sila, Krish? Likes?
I guess, ano na lang po, photo opportunity.
Okay.
Para, if you can open your camera, so would really appreciate it. Baka nandito na yung forever ni Miss Laika.
Pwede.
Sa mga single dyan, we would like to request Miss, to mute. Miss, sino ba yung hindi nakamute? Okay. So, thank you. Miss Laika to take a screenshot or snap.
Nice. Makulit.
Si Miss Gemma, Miss Maricel, and Sir Nathan.
Ready?
Can we...
1, on 3, first frame only. 1, 2. Ang iba nasa labas.
Nagmamultitask.
Picture
Show
daw.
us your happiest face, guys.
Yay!
1, 2, 3. Kunwari, masaya. Pero sa totoo, masaya naman talaga. Thank you, guys.
Pwede rin kayo mag-screenshot.
Tapos, pwede kayo mag-screenshot.
Yes. I guess, last na lang po. Well, add na lang siguro Sir El sa FBGC natin so that he can send
Yes,
the
na-add na siya.
exam. Okay? So,
Madali lang yung exam. Kahit nakapikit kayo.
make sure to answer the exam before Monday. Kasi sa Monday yung first meeting. So, sa mga students ko dyan, kaway-kaway, I'm not to give pressure but I'm expecting. Thank you. So, nice to meet you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Maraming salamat.
Bye,
Looking
guys.
forward
On
na makasama
Monday.
kayo.
Thank you man sa inyo, ma'am.
Shoutout kay Nadine
You're
Lustre.
Delete lang ni James. Sino ba yun? Sino din nag-delete ng ano nila?
Na-pressure siya sa ganda ni Miss Lai.
Wow.
Ano kasi
Nag-PM siya sa
nilalalim?
akin. Ang ganda
Ah,
ng
nagano?
slay, sabi niya. Pressure ka?
Sino ka ni kalokalate ko yung Lailani.
I like that. Tough. Char.
Ano yun?
So, ayun.
Si...
Ayun.
Eh, bye lang.
Bye-bye.
Baka may
Paalam,
mga
guys.
gusto mag-stay.
Bye po. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
MJ, sino pa mag-stay? Okay lang.
Miss MJ, bakit mo dinilit yung mga photos?
Yun ni James Reed. Ni James.
Ay, totoo ba?
James Reed. Totoo
Pwede
yun.
dito bang naganap?
Kasi daw, may bago na daw po kasi si Nadine.
Season niya ngayon, guys, no? Nadingi season. Kasi Nadingi. Sinusumpa niya na ako.
Hoy.
Okay lang yan, Miss MJ.
Diba, ang layo ng bangs ko doon sa picture. Ganun pa tsura.
Yung may nag-inquire na from Israel, make sure ko talaga na Pinoy. Kasi,
Uuwi siya?
uuwi siya, I think, September or early August. Kaya maghahabol siya ng board. He's from Mindanao.
Krishna.
Pero di ba pwede naman sa pag sa abroad, sa embassy ka mag-exam ka nun?
Parang election.
Oo, ata. Ang alam ko pwede yun. Or hindi pa pwede ang agri dun.
Ganda ng agri sa Israel. So, sana meron. Yun.
Sana kunin niya na lang tayo. Wala!
Oo.
Kakasabi lang na iaamat yung mga Filipino farmers na papakuha sa Israel.
So, screenshot natin yung snip ko Smile kayo. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
MJ, how are you?
Okay naman po.
Sino nga yung kamukha ni Lailani? Nakalimutan ko.
Si
Na-pressure na din.
Jane De Leon.
Wow, Darna.
Hindi, yung
Si Bea.
Yung ex, yan, yun,
Bea.
Kylie Padilla.
Si Kylie. Anong Kylie Padilla? Hindi. Si Kylie.
yung may
Versosa.
tatlong
Ay, oo.
Sorry.
bata na
Oo, yung ex ni
na
Jane.
yung palabas sa
Ito.
Jake
Yun ba yun? Dami
Hello,
nila.
oo nga.
Kamukha ni Lilay. Tapos si
Ako lang to, guys.
Kaori.
Oo din, si Kaori din. Si Kaori.
Ay, hindi clear.
Very, very Japanese.
Pero totoo, may nagsasabi. One
Sino
time
like?
na may nagpapapicture. Ay, joke lang.
Alam!
Ang
Like,
ganda.
Oh,
Ba talaga alindog na?
Pag ganun, kontratahin mo na yung Mayor, ako na lang kunin nyo, look alike. Tama. Huwag na yung mismong
Kamukha ko daw si AJ Rabal, wag naman sa.
Ayun! Oo, din! Naglalawag ako.
Lai, okay na yung AJ Rabal. Wag lang AJ Falcon.
Oo.
AJ.
Ala,
Ala.
namamind blown si El. Uy, joke
Oo
lang.
nga.
Ano ko na?
Oo nga, AJ
May
Rabal
kulang
na.
lang Konti na lang magiging AJ Rabal na ako Kulang lang.
Anong kulang lang? Kulang ng Aljur.
Ay, yun, tama.
Di ba break na sila ni Aljur?
Wala ko idea.
Ewan, El.
Wala kaming alam.
Alam ko lang si Nadine.
Di ba may boyfriend si James Reed?
Uy, grabe
Hindi
ka
ba
naman.
boyfriend yan?
Fake news daw yun.
Fake news.
Ano lang, foreign
Grandmothers.
things.
Si Nancy.
Sila na?
Sabi. Hindi,
Binay?
nakita ko lang sa Facebook.
Nancy Binay. Agad na naman yung Nancy.
Diyos ko, day. Malay mo.
Ganda naman ni Nancy Binay pala. May ibubuga pa kaming mga
Alam na alam
maiitim.
ni Miss MJ, no?
Gagi, get forward mo na. I-crop ko pa tani. Ay, sorry. Si Krishna.
Ito ba yun? Oo nga, ito yun.
Okay na, pwede ko na. Nag-invite ako sa team, sa'yo, MJ, and L, sa group. Facebook group.
Na-receive ko na. Tanggap ko na Jane Wanda.
Persian.
Saya Miss Be. Naglalandi. Ang ingay-ingay
Ay, saya,
kanina.
Miss.
Ay,
Saya
record.
Miss